Hi, this is Ms. Delosier, and this is your QuAD on incomplete dominance. So if you open up your QuAD, your bill to this QuAD, you will see a picture of a red flower, a white flower, and when I cross them together, I get a pink flower. So let's go ahead and label what we know. We know that the phenotype of the parental generation is one is red and one is white. And when we look at the F1 offspring, we see that its phenotype is actually pink. So that's not what we normally expect. So neither the red nor the white is going to be completely dominant. They're both being expressed. So we need to go ahead and we need to identify what's happening here. So when we look at the genotype of the red plant, it's going to be big R, big R. So both possible gametes are going to be a capital R. And when I look at the genotype of the white flower, it's going to be big W, where both possible gametes are big W, which means that the red flower can only provide a capital R and the white flower can only provide a capital W. Because these are both capital, they're both dominant, what's going to happen is you're going to get a blending of the two phenotypes. So in this case, you're actually going to get an actual mixing of the phenotypes because it's pigment. This is actually pretty easy to do, and you see it really in flowers the most and then in roan cattle. So you're going to end up getting a blending of the red and the white pigment, which will give you pink because red and white together make pink. And this is called incomplete dominance. And so that means the genotype of our pink flower is going to be capital R, capital W, and it's going to be capable of making a capital R or a W gamete. So if I was going to do an F2 cross, remember that this is my F1 cross, and if I'm going to cross it to itself to get the F2 generation, so I'm going to take one of those pink flowers and cross it either by itself or by a sibling. So I would have, in my Punnett square, I would have an RW across the top and an RW down the side for my F2 cross. So it's going to be RW by RW. So RW by RW, and that's going to give me that Punnett square right there. So in my top left corner, I'm going to have capital R, capital R. In my top right corner, I have capital R, capital W. In the bottom left corner, I have capital R, capital W. And in the bottom right corner, I get capital W, capital W. And what that means is that when I look at my phenotype ratio, I'm going to get a 1 to 2 to 1 ratio, 1 red to 2 pink to 1 white, which is actually going to be basically the same as my genotype ratio. I'm going to get a 1 to 2 to 1, where it's 1 homozygous red to 2 heterozygotes to 1 homozygous white. So that's it for your QuAD today. I hope that helps.